Hey, Scott Center here, Bayside, Blue Oaks. Hope you're having a great Christmas season. Have you ever noticed how the holidays intensify emotion? I think about this in my kids. I remember when they were young and it started getting closer to the Christmas day, and how everything was more exciting. They were more thrilled, and sometimes they'd get so excited they would do that excited dance like this. I don't know if you remember that or have done that yourself, but it just happens to be a time where our emotions are intensified. Like for some of you out there, some of you were not married last Christmas, but you're going to be going into this Christmas season with a brand new spouse, and everything is new and you're jazzed. You can't wait to give that gift, that perfect gift, For some of you, you're traveling to see a family member you haven't seen in a long time, and you just can't wait for that day that you take off and get to celebrate with them. For others of you, you're excited that you're not traveling to see that family member this Christmas. And then there's another group of you that are feeling so good about Christmas that you think you're going to win the lottery, and you're going to buy a ticket. Just remember, if you win, you got to tithe on it. But here's the thing. The emotions of the holidays are intensified for the good, but it also works in reverse as well. It intensifies those emotions that aren't so good. And of all the emotions and issues that we deal with coming into Christmas time, one that is most significant is the issue of loss. I know for me, that emotion is intensified for the last 7 Christmases, because 7 years ago, my father passed away. And so for now, Christmas has been altered completely. It doesn't mean I don't rejoice. It doesn't mean I don't have good times with family. It doesn't mean I don't look forward to things. But even in the best times of celebration for me, it's punctuated by the fact that Dad's not around anymore. And maybe some of you are experiencing that same thing this Christmas season. So the question is, what do you do? How do you handle this emotion during this time so that you could rejoice and not just be sad? Paul gives us some great advice as Christ followers, and it's in one verse. And this is what he says to the church in Thessalonica. He says this, 1 Thessalonians 4:13, we do not want you to grieve like other people who have no hope. There's 2 reasons why I love this verse. The first one is Paul acknowledges the reality of human emotion. And that is, we do grieve. I think sometimes maybe as Christ followers, we think we need to deny the emotion or press it down or move past it too quickly, but that's not real. And Paul deals with it. Hey, we grieve. But what he also does is he gives us a perspective, a lens to look through that helps us with our grief. He says, we do not grieve like people who have no hope. What is the hope that he's talking about? It's the hope we find in Jesus Christ. The hope that Jesus came as a baby, to live as a man, to spread his message of good news, to ultimately die for the sins of mankind, to raise from the dead. Why? So that man can once again be in relationship with God. So man that has an eternity that is sealed, and ultimately we will be with God and each other once again. So the key is, how do you keep this lens in front of you? Well, here's one way that my dad did while he was here. My dad used to have all these sayings that were not weird, but not normal. So for instance, this one that he used to say was at the end of every phone conversation, he would say, bye for now. He didn't say, see you later. He didn't say, bye-bye, but he'd say, bye for now. Now, as I was growing up, I thought, well, that's kind of weird because I didn't do that. But as an adult, I asked him, I said, Dad, why do you say bye for now? And my dad said, because as Christ followers, everything on this earth is just temporary. This is not our home. We'll all be home someday. And that was a perspective that my dad lived with every day. It was just bye for now, because his hope was found in an eternity with Jesus Christ. I called him 2 days before he passed away. And at the end of that conversation, he said, bye for now. For me, this is a perspective to keep me going in a direction of hope and not getting lost in grief. So here's my encouragement this Christmas season. First of all, tell stories of the loved ones lost, because it's the memories that we made with them that made this person so important to us. The times that we spent together, the trials that we went through together, the moments we laughed together. tell those stories. Number 2, let the emotions flow. When you tell those stories, you may cry, you may laugh. It's all good. It's part of the grieving process. But do one more thing. In that moment, also rejoice in the hope that we have in Christ, that this life is not the end. Death does not have the final say. We can find joy in the Christmas season even though we grieve because of the hope that we find in Jesus Christ. And oh yeah, bye for now.